Good people, what's up? What's good? We tuned in. Shout out to T-Peasy. That was perfect. Thank you. Man, we back for another episode. I didn't even know that the soundbite was coming this time. I forgot. But we here, man. It's a blessing to be back in here. Ikea, what's up?
Hey.
Josh in the building, man. How y'all been?
I'm living.
Uh-oh. It's about to go crazy today. We already know what we got to talk about. We're talking about dating. This episode, man, episode 3. First off, it's just been a blessing. Everybody's been commenting, subscribing, following, liking, everything. So we just want to say thank you to everybody. Brandon, Jordan, Sid, Courtney. Shout out to Miss T-Peasy as well, man. Thank y'all for everything.
Bandwidth.
Josh and Ikea, bandwidth.
We're going to amazing co-host show tonight.
Yeah. Josh Waters, man. Shout out to him. Everybody
birthday.
that's part of the team. Everybody who's performing. Shout out to y'all. It's about to be great. Josh, before we even start filming, we was talking outside.
I feel attacked. I don't even know what's coming.
No, because this ain't even about you, because this is about to go perfectly, bro.
Okay.
Me and Josh, we just talking, chopping it up, catching up with Miss Ikea. Over here, she was roasting me at first about my boot and everything. T-Peasy as well when I first walked in. But it's all good.
You hate to see it.
That was definitely Adriana.
Because it flipped to Miss Ikea, bro, when we started talking about tricking, bro. She was in Miami living it up.
Don't say it. Don't say that's what you about to say. Do not say that. I don't need that on the camera.
Josh, what did you see while she was in Miami, bro, on the gram?
Let's say Ikea has been courted by a lot of people.
Courted. That's a nice word.
Over the past 72 hours?
I wouldn't even give it 72. I'd probably say 48.
Hey,
First
Ikea's
48.
been living it up. So that just, it's a perfect introduction to dating, you know what I'm saying?
They could not wait to talk about this.
Because, we're in relationships, you know what I'm saying? So, I haven't had
Being
to,
out there.
I haven't had to court someone, new in a long time. So, let's talk about you.
Yeah, let's talk about Ikea today.
Let's talk about
Ladies
you.
and gents.
Okay.
All right. So, do you want to start off with tricking?
Let's just talk about let's talk about approaching, period. How would you how should young men or old men, depending on whatever you into, you know what I'm saying? How should they approach you if they want to be with K Trizzle?
So are we talking about K Trizzle or the Millennials?
Well, technically you are a millennial.
Are you a millennial?
Yeah.
Let's talk about everyone.
Okay.
Everyone.
Okay. So I think personally that for starters, a man should definitely approach a female on some gentleman stuff. So, and excuse my voice, y'all. What's wrong?
T-Peasy out here giving us notes, man. You good? You keep going. Mike?
Move your mic in front of you.
I'll move this way.
See,
Right.
now we solid. We
Am
good.
I
That's
good?
crazy.
Am I
She
good?
getting us right.
Okay.
We good.
So,
You love to see it.
we love to see it. A man should definitely court a woman
Okay.
in the aspects of dating, going on dates, and I don't think, this is a question
Mm-hmm.
because how many dates do y'all feel like a female should go on before she has sex? Because outside, y'all are basically saying you go on the dates to have sex.
Whoa.
She's taking her statements out of context.
Whoa.
Y'all, whatever you hear from
I did
her are
not
false
say that.
statements. We have no video proof, right, Courtney? I hope not. There's no proof of these statements.
I did not
So
say
take that at face value.
of the sort.
Everybody that's listening.
So I will bow out of that one.
We are not thought pockets out here. So, so this
But I
is
see
what
what you're
happened.
saying. I see what you're saying.
So, how many dates? It depends on the relationship. How do you feel, Josh? Because some people, they can say 5, some people can say 7, some people say a few months. I think, it depends on the dynamic. If
Really?
y'all are comfortable, if you like hitting it off.
Really, does there need to be a date?
What Lil Baby said, put a date on it.
Put a date on it. But sometimes, like what Josh said, does a date even have to be necessary sometimes?
I think it goes. I'm already getting all serious and shit.
Yeah.
I think it just goes to us perceiving what's respectable and what's not respectable.
It's very
You know what I'm
subjective.
saying? Yeah, and it definitely affects women worse.
Mm-hmm.
So if Sally and Bob met each other
Yeah.
tonight and whatever happened,
Yeah.
Bob's gonna be like, oh, you did that first night, and then Sally gonna be like, you did that the first night? Like,
True.
what the fuck?
True,
Like,
true.
so I personally think it don't really matter because we not in that bedroom personally.
Yeah.
But
It just depends on the person.
It definitely depends on the people. I think as long as all parties involved are down and understand all the risks involved,
Yeah.
that's your business.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. So do you think it is hard, as a woman sometimes? Because some people, they could try to judge, even if you're just living how a man would live and you're just being free, that can be this double standard somewhat of,
It's definitely.
she's out here like that.
It's definitely a double standard.
Do you get frustrated?
Myself personally? I don't get frustrated.
Like, this is a whole interview.
She like, damn, this is
Yeah,
about me.
like, we having a whole 2020 right now.
Like, I'm being interviewed.
Yeah. Hey, it's going down today.
Two journalists on you right now. Let's get it.
I'm on
At
the
same
spot.
Same time.
Do I get... Well, I know I get viewed sexually, maybe because of my job, but also because of, like, how I look. And I don't want to say it's how I present myself, because I could walk outside like this and somebody, like, automatically, it feels like somebody's sexualizing me. And I'm not saying it's all the time, but it does make going on dates kind of hard because it's like sometimes the conversation is geared towards sex a lot of the time in this, like, day and age.
Right.
And it's kind of like, and everybody's different, like I said, but I'm the type of person, like, I love deep conversations. Like, I want to talk about...
She's trying to be stimulated mentally.
Mentally stimulate my mind. My mindset. I want to learn stuff from you. Like, I want to know, like, your childhood fears or what you went through or just your background. I don't want for us to first meet. I don't want for us to first meet and it's just going, like, in a sexual way. Yeah. So, I mean, in context, it does sometimes get frustrating. But it just depends on the person. Everybody is different. Because I've met some guys that were wonderful. Never pressured me. Never felt like I had to do anything. And like I said, I'm not saying it's every single person. But I know for a while I stopped going on dates, or I stopped dating, period. Because the dynamics of dating now is like, and it goes back to tricking. A lot of guys feel as if, well, I'm spending money on you, so this is what we about to do. And it's just like, why can't we just vibe? Like you said, vibe out. Yeah. Like, we don't got to put a date on anything. Yeah. You never know, it could happen. But now you just fumbled the bag.
You really messed it up.
I want to follow that before we jump into tricking, because I know, like, Caleb over there itching. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, y'all see me. Hey, I'm just chilling in the background.
He's itching.
I'm chilling. I'm just listening right now.
Well, before you talked about, you mentioned how just dating, like, today is just different. Like,
it is different.
I remember, like, watching, like, growing up, my mom going on dates. Like, dates with different people. And it was like I never heard, like, people just, like, come like, yeah, your mom date everybody. But, like, today, legit, when I see on social media, people, like, condemn people for dating multiple people
But you know what's the problem? People don't date. So they don't know what it looks like in our generation. So automatically it's, oh, she's a hoe. I'm not sleeping with everybody. Like, and I tell people, all the young people, especially young females that are watching this, you must date, especially in your younger years, to know what you like. That's real. Because you can get into a relationship. Like, a lot of people go from, well, I was talking to this person, now it's a situationship, now we're together, now, like, and you don't even know what you really like. Right. So I know for me, like, I go on dates. I'm dating to see these characteristics in this person I might not like. Right. Or this type of person I might not like. You're supposed to date. But like you said, like, when you see your parents back in the days, our parents was going out. It was getting dressed, getting very pretty. Guys coming to the door, hey, da-da-da. But now it's just like none of that even... I don't want to say it doesn't exist, because there are guys out there that definitely do know how to date a woman. But it seems like it's very few and very rare.
I think you kind of hit on something, too, because I think sometimes it gets frustrating hearing women say that there aren't any good guys out there sometimes. Sure. Because it's like, when I see people like Josh, we got Jordan, Brandon, all these great examples.
And yourself. Good
guys. Thank you. But then I'm like, so are they not going in the right spaces, or is it that we don't go out in the same spaces as y'all? So why do you think that there's like that disconnect somewhat of feeling as though that there aren't any good men out there?
I'm really being interviewed.
I mean, before I jump back to you,
hey, what's up, Josh?
I'll take the heat off you.
Hey, take it.
I could answer after, but...
All right. I feel like with anything, the wrong loud majority is going to be felt. You know what I'm saying? Like,
even if it's wrong.
Yeah, those people who are the shittiest people in the world, like, they're going to be loud and wrong, and they're going to be what gives everyone a bad rep, period. Like,
that's true.
That's just how it goes.
That's true.
Know what I'm saying?
I think... So, like, your question where you said, where do you find the good ones? I think a lot of people are using social media to date. So...
Got you.
I wanted to bring that up.
I'm
glad you went there.
That's real.
So, and I'm not saying, again, anybody could slide in the DMs.
Y'all heard that. Brandon even said, "Whoa."
No, I'm not talking about the context to me.
She said anyone, but there are
about to go
requirements.
crazy.
There
It's
are
about to go
requirements.
crazy.
Not sliding behind.
What are 5 requirements to slide in the DM before you continue at this point?
That's a good point.
What's DM sliding etiquette?
That's a good question, Josh.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
honestly, Josh, I always thought about this. I feel like it's so counterintuitive to send a DM anyways. Because I'm like, bro, you're putting yourself in the same pool as everybody else. Like, why not just try to either do it in person or just try to call or something? Because I feel as though...
be brave in person.
Yeah.
Like legit, like, since I've been with Alexa for 5 years, like,
Congrats.
I can't imagine, like, having to date people again.
That's what I say all the time.
A lot of people are scared to do it because
be
they go
private.
out there and it's like you meet a lot of weird individuals. You meet a lot of weird people, and it's kind of draining. It gets to that point where it's like I don't even want to.
Starts to get old.
Yeah, I don't even want to do this anymore.
I feel you.
I'm trying to keep up with old conversations. You really not even talking about anything.
Yeah.
It's a waste of my time. But
the DM necessities. What are the requirements for the DM slide?
Dang, what are the requirements for the DM slide?
And then, has it ever been possible, or have you even
I'm
seen
trying to
one?
keep up with all the questions.
Nah, because Josh, like,
I
bro,
wanted to
that's
answer
hard.
another
Like,
question.
how do you send a DM and really think that it's gonna work?
Hey,
Persistence for some people.
But then it can become creepy. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah, I definitely think like,
That's the fine line
but you know,
between creepy and persistence.
I'm about to say, you know how Instagram has the unsend feature?
You know, a lot of people do that.
Just press unsend, but she's still gonna get the notification.
And
I mean, facts.
And
Yeah,
I see it.
it's
It
gonna be
pops
gone.
up on my phone.
It'll be gone.
So then I see it, and then I'm like,
You gonna try to risk it all?
Like, you just
Like, nah, she
inserted
haven't
it.
responded yet. Let me delete that real
72
quick.
hours, she
Bring
ain't
it.
respond, unsend. It's
That's
over
it.
with. It's
That's
dead.
it. Some people probably give it about 20 minutes. Like, nah.
Some people really do.
That's
really
crazy.
do. But I don't know what is etiquette, because I've had all types of funny DMs.
Funny.
Yeah, so
I'm sure you've had some disturbing ones too.
I've definitely had some. It's weird outside. It's weird outside. But okay, because I don't want to talk about the DMs anymore. I do want
She's
to
sorry,
go.
bro.
No, I want to go to the conversation where you said, "How do you meet them?"
Okay.
When you gotta go outside, but it's also like, what is the traditional way of meeting people now? Because if you're going
That's
to
true.
the clubs all the time, you're gonna meet the people in the clubs.
That's my point, Ikea. I feel like sometimes people go to the wrong spaces. So, for instance, if I'm going to the club, everybody's mindset is to have a good time. Most people is just to have sex, to flex,
You can
whatever.
meet people in the club though.
Yeah, you can, but 9 times out of 10, like,
you can meet people in the club.
but just, come on, it's coming from Ikea. Because Ikea be living, bro.
God.
Like, Ikea lives in the club, bro. She be living.
I don't
She
even
be
be
living.
outside. Grandma,
Ikea,
she be
I do not
outside.
go
See,
out.
that's a
Grandma,
perfect
see,
example.
that's who it's for. That's why she acting different right now.
But that's
Because off camera,
But that's a perfect example though, because
I
Ikea
do-
stay in the club, but that don't make her no less like wife worthy.
nah,
You know what
of
I'm saying?
course
Exactly.
not.
That's
Of
what I'm
course
saying.
not.
So like, there's like spots.
But see, but here's my point about the guys, and I'm just being real. You know, as
No,
a
wait,
guy.
actually, no,
Yeah,
let me
yeah,
say
yeah.
this
Talk,
really
talk, talk.
quickly.
No, go,
really
go, go.
quickly, because
Yeah.
I know we said we're not cutting people off.
Yeah.
But, dang, I lost my train of thought. What was I gonna
See, she
say?
worried about cutting me off, and you ain't even
And
cutting me off.
lost my train of thought.
Damn,
No,
okay.
so you was basically saying about clubs,
Mm-hmm.
and I forgot. Continue what you were saying, because I forgot what I
She was
was
talking
You
about
good?
men in the clubs. I don't know if that's gonna bring.
Oh
anything
yeah,
back.
so like with the guys that's in the club space, most times,
Oh,
9 times
I
out of
was
10.
gonna
Yeah,
say.
say it. Go.
in the clubs
Mhm.
now. So like I know when we was 16, 15, and I mean that's a weird flex, but even I know in New York,
Watch what she gonna say. Watch.
no, in New York even guys are more bold to talk to females. In Atlanta, and this is probably just an Atlanta thing, they won't even approach you.
Humans are socially awkward now.
People do not even approach you.
Josh, that's what
Atlanta
people don't
weird.
talk about.
Atlanta,
IKEA.
People would not even, they will stare at you and not even approach you. And it's like, well, do you want to talk to me or do you not? Are you going to stare? Do I have to walk up to you? Do I have to shoot my shot? Are we just going to
IKEA.
stare at each other? Like, is that how it's gonna go?
Men, I think especially men, because I've seen it, are more disconnected from reality. And I think it's from their porn consumption. I think it's from Tinder.
Ooh.
It's from Instagram. And I think that all we do is just like sexualize. Nah, for real.
Right?
Bro,
Snaps on it.
I know some people, and that's just how
Put
they
a name
are.
on- I'm joking.
Nah. Hey, this episode,
Because he was
last
dropping
episode, it was
names.
worth it. But if I keep going down this track,
You're not gonna have no
It was
friends.
not-
we ain't gonna be here no more. So,
Exactly.
but like, I think though that from especially as men, they start sexualizing women, and then they sexualize so much that when they finally see a person like Ikea, Sid, Courtney, whoever in person, it's like
they're scared.
Oh, bro, that's really her. Instead of being confident and having confidence in yourself, because I think too, a lot of people aren't confident anymore because of social media. And people don't have self-worth, self-esteem. So then when they see a person who they like, they don't even want to pursue them. With like somebody like me, it frustrates me because you only get one life. So if that's somebody who you want, bro, like shoot your shot. Because if you don't, then you'll just be sitting on the sidelines forever.
You know what else I think it is? A lot of people are scared of rejection.
That's another thing.
She might say no.
It goes back to self-worth.
Okay. She might say no, and that's okay. I've gotten cursed out for saying no. Like
that's crazy.
Like cursed. I had an experience at Clark Atlanta with this guy. Like I did not want to talk to him, and he really tried to fight me because I didn't want to talk to him. So yeah, I think it goes on both sides. Like guys, it's weird
that's
out
crazy.
here.
You said you gonna be with me.
Guys are like scared. No, guys are scared to like shoot their shot, but then also females are even scared to sometimes even respond back or to even try to gain that connection because I think what it really is, we don't ever know someone's intentions. So I know that's kind of like what scares me for the dating world is I don't know what somebody's intentions are. Are they pure? Do you actually really want to get to know me for me? Or am I wasting my time? But then I also try to like, in my therapist, she told me, she was like, you need to get out of that mindset where you feel like you're wasting your time because then you're going to just go through people like that because you never know if somebody is genuinely trying to get to know you. So, yeah, I just think it's just hard now to date.
It's brought up a lot of good points too.
Ikea preaching, bro. Yeah. I like this Ikea, man. Fresh from Miami, Ikea.
Yeah, this is...
Do we have to segue to Miami real quick, Josh?
Damn.
Y'all gonna send me to Miami every time before a trip?
Yeah.
You know, I got a point. Maybe we can connect this to her trip. You know, we can get some more K Trizzle stories.
Cook up, John.
K Trizzle stories.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The legendary story.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody.
You was inside? Okay. She was inside.
She was inside of a Lambo. I think it's time, Josh.
Some foreign vehicle. She was in.
I think it's time.
Vehicle.
Y'all ready to start talking about tricking in? She was in a Lambo.
Oh my God! Why is he telling my life?
Before we get to tricking, one more thing.
I can't believe he just tried. Peasy, did you hear that? Like
she said, "Yep."
He just tried.
Out of pocket.
I'm not telling Caleb anything.
He's off the list. But you brought up a point about like people's intentions.
Yeah.
And you know, I be joking with Alexa about like random shit, but like we were at Mellow Mushroom one day, and I was just like, imagine going on a date to like Mellow Mushroom, and like that'd be like the last time you see your family or something like that. Like you gotta think about actual safety.
Yeah,
going on these things too. Like
that's right.
People legit are getting snatched up. People are never seeing the people that they said bye to when they're going on this date again.
That's right.
So like that's just even scarier that you gotta think.
You don't know who you with.
You know?
That's actually crazy that he said that because
you
that's
worry
so
about
true.
Too much going on a date.
But I know
that's
like
real,
my friends and I, like if we're going on any date, we send like, and it sucks to get to this point. But because of everything that has been going on, like we send license plates. My sister, we do something, and I'm gonna throw it out there, guys. If I'm on FaceTime when I walk up to the car or anything, I'm on the phone with my sister, and she's looking at you, so that
that's
she
smart,
can
though.
see your face. Yeah,
scary,
she can see your face because, like you said, we're out here alone, like, and we're females.
Yeah.
So, and I had an experience with a stalker my first year being in Atlanta. So ever since then, like I don't play any of that because it's scary outside.
Man, Brandon actually posted something, and Brandon, I'm paraphrasing, but I remember you reposted something on your IG story. It was like 3 weeks ago, I think. But, and you know, speaking to that same point, is that for guys, it gets difficult in that space because if a woman has been scarred so much, when she finally meets a good guy, it's like it's too good to be true. You feel me? And then I think with the good guy, that's how good guys sometimes get turned into bad guys because once they experience somebody not appreciating them, then it's like I'm gonna just be a dog, so then I won't get hurt. So really, I think out here it's just people not trying to get hurt, and they just don't want to say
in trust,
and it's people not saying that I'm afraid of being hurt. But instead, it's arguments and it's people not appreciating each other, and then everybody's unhappy.
That's definitely true.
Yeah.
Because y'all have been in relationships.
Yeah.
Y'all whole lives. So, but I know, like, not scared of getting hurt, but I know I don't want to put myself in another predicament where somebody can hurt me. So the wall is up, and then it's like if somebody could bring it down, it's very rare. And once they do, it's the disappointment. It's the disappointment. That's what it is.
Gotcha.
You don't want somebody to disappoint you. And I know for ladies, it's 10 times we're emotional creatures. So we never want to be put in the predicament where we feel like somebody broke our heart.
So love is actually a dangerous thing then, Josh, because everybody has all their walls down.
Facts.
Dang.
To quote the great Jaden Smith.
Quote him. What's up?
I don't know the exact quote. I'm a paraphrase.
I was ready to.
I don't know.
He was like, "What's the point of love? Like you don't get if your heart may not get broken or whatever, something like that." But it just shows that like you can't really love unless you're willing to get hurt.
I think everyone should experience a heartbreak.
Facts.
Because it teaches you how to love.
It teaches you how to love someone.
And appreciation.
Everyone should experience at least one heartbreak in their life. And I'm not saying like go out there looking for it, but
I want you to break my heart.
Right.
Or
you to do it.
Break it, baby.
But once you get your heart broken at least one time,
it wakes you up.
Yeah, it wakes you up, but it also makes you very vulnerable.
That's what I'm saying. And I think that we have to be open, vulnerable. All that stuff is very, very necessary.
It's hard to do.
It's hard.
Especially if you have a background where you don't know how to love. You don't know how to, like, I don't like people to hug me. I'm not an affectionate person.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
If anybody meets me, like even guys, the wall from inside is up, but also the wall on the outside.
Yeah, Ikea, bro. She'll dap you up, bro.
No, for real, what's up?
Yeah.
I don't want you touching me.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't like that. That's my personality.
Yeah.
So.
Josh, what do you look for in a woman, bro?
He got it.
No, I'm saying, like, what should a man look for?
Mess me up.
No, I'm not saying
Go
it.
ahead and text her.
Bro, I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying, all right, so look.
The IG profile.
So let me say it like this. As a man, Josh, and as a black man, what do you think men should look for in a woman? Lex, I'm not trying to get Josh in trouble. I didn't mean it like that. It was just a general question for everybody who's watching.
Now she gonna be thinking like, who you be looking at?
Right.
So you be, you know,
disclaimer.
He be out here at bandwidth.
He does not do any
going
of
crazy.
that.
Josh be,
I promise you, he does not do any of that.
He's a model citizen, man.
He's one of the best
model
men
citizen,
I've ever met.
But I think that really we should all be looking for someone who can, you know, understand us, accept us, and love us, just, you know, unconditionally. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question. Are we dating to marry?
That's the thing.
I think that's another question.
That might be a nice IGTV clip right there, Brandon. Are we dating to marry?
That's
hard.
A lot of people, they don't go into dating a person with the end goal. So
is that why people keep getting hurt?
Yeah, but it even comes from like different emotional like standpoints. You know what I'm saying? Like my emotional position may mean like, you know, I'm ready to settle down and have kids. You may be like, I'm just trying to fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like all that should be communicated from the
communication is the most important thing.
What
that's what people don't talk about.
Like what you dating for?
And I think sometimes
that is the word.
Josh is preaching. Communication. No. Human relationships start with communication. Period. Thanks. And then I think that, and both of y'all said something that was deep. Communicating and then starting from that point of where is our end goal. And I feel like when people start dating, yeah, I know it can come off creepy, but once y'all go on like your third date, you need to start asking what is our end goal? Or like where do we see ourselves? It was like third, fifth date.
No, I wasn't making the face that it's just you. That should be conversation. So like kids, do you want kids?
And that, a
lot of people don't ask that question, so then they fall in love with someone, and then that person might not want kids.
Y'all ain't even equally yoked, but Ikea.
Woo,
but look,
the Bible.
Hey, I'm telling you, because Ikea, you said something, and I'm trying to think about it. Oh, when you were talking about on dates, how you like talking about deep stuff, but sometimes people just like talking about fillers.
Shallow.
So then they can just get in your pants, right? So then what my standpoint is, I feel like even people don't value sex, of understanding that like we're literally becoming one, transferring energy, all that stuff. So even before y'all even start that phase, it's just first knowing like where y'all stand, because I feel like once you incorporate sex, that's when people get heartbroken even more. That's when people's feelings get more involved, especially as a woman, because it's very emotional, as a man too. So I don't know, man. I just feel as though it comes down to communicating, like what Josh said, and having an end goal. And I think that's why people keep getting hurt. Because people don't even know where they want to go.
That's a big thing, though, that you said, communication. Because
you got to.
A lot of guys, and I'm going to say this right now for all of y'all, if you tell a female the truth in the beginning, they either going to deal with it or they're not.
But what's crazy is, even if you tell a woman the truth, and I'm just being honest, I feel as though that's why some guys lie sometimes. Because even if you do, sometimes a woman will ignore it.
It depends on the female.
And that's my point. I'm not saying all women, of course,
it depends on the female,
but certain women will still push it to the side.
They might, but I know if you tell me like this is what I want, okay, either I'm gonna stay and deal with, or like keep going, or I'm going to leave. Like, you gave me the option. Give me the option,
which is important.
And that's the
agency. College words.
Love to see it.
Love to see it.
We here.
But that's what's important is communication, and a lot of, especially our age group right now, we don't know how to effectively communicate. We do not know how to effectively. We don't know how to communicate. It's like,
but they money.
We rather like text and communicate.
That's what I'm saying.
And I know my fault is like, if something bothers me, I'll just go missing on somebody, and then I'll talk to them on my time. But that's something I'm working on. But a lot of people don't know what they need to work on before they get into a relationship with somebody, and that's another thing.
Talk about it.
A lot of people are not even ready to be in relationships because they have not even worked on themselves. Before I really do believe, like, and yes, you might meet somebody and y'all both have your own flaws, y'all have your own faults, and y'all can work on them together, but you really need to love yourself first before you go out there and find somebody. Because if you don't love yourself,
how can you love somebody else?
How can you love somebody else?
That's right.
Love yourself,
because
girl,
then,
no one will.
Yeah.
No, for real. Because then you're looking for somebody. You're looking for somebody to show you that love that you cannot even show yourself.
And that means that you'll never find it.
You'll never find it.
You're looking for it in dangerous places.
That's real.
It will never be enough.
That's real.
Yeah. That's kind of what it'll never be enough because you don't know what it is. So like a lot of females deal with like daddy issues. So when they're looking for a man,
that's what people don't talk about.
They're looking for a man to give them with the qualities that they're looking for and their father. And it's like crazy, you're going out there to look for that. And you just have to realize.
They call a man daddy too. How deep is that?
See, and y'all thought we was gonna talk about tricking today. See, that's
we getting deep, bro. Think about that.
We gotta save tricking for another day.
We might have to. They called a man daddy. I didn't even think about that. That's daddy issues. You called a man daddy.
I don't think that's daddy issues.
No. I'm saying, like, of course, if like y'all vibing, then that's different. But I'm saying how some women like subconsciously
we over here looking at
got daddy issues.
Like,
no, I'm just saying.
Yo, me and you synced up today.
Saying.
Usually it's me and
it
Caleb who
depends.
be synced up.
Hey, it depends though. Like, for real, because if y'all are like in a great, stable, healthy relationship, y'all have fun.
Cool.
But I'm talking about how some girls got real daddy issues and are looking for a dad, but in a partner.
And then men have mother issues. And
they're trying to find love.
They're trying to find the love that they were missing from their, like, it starts at home. Whatever issues that you have, it might not be mother and father issues, but it might be an issue that you've had growing up that you've never solved.
That's real.
So then you're going into relationships and you're putting that on the other person, and that's when it becomes unfair because then I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with you,
and it's something that you can never fulfill.
Yeah, and I'm like, what can I like? Then you're making the other person feel crazy.
Yeah.
Because then I'm trying to figure out, well, how can I help this person? And sometimes you just can't help somebody, and that's why like, I know a lot of my homeboys. They feel like I just couldn't help, like I couldn't save her.
Dang.
J. Cole, what he said? Don't save her.
Yeah,
she don't want to be saved.
I'm gonna even take this darker for y'all. So like, R.I.P. to Mac Miller. We talked about Mac Miller last time. It's crazy. But
shout out to Jordan too, bro, with the shirt.
Oh man,
perfect
for real. Shout out to you, man.
We have a whole camera
with Ariana Grande. You know what I'm saying? Like how a lot of
people. I didn't think about that.
A lot of people gave her shit for like leaving Mac Miller. Like as his addiction was like, you know.
But you have to walk away from certain situations.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. It's like, when does love, unconditional love, like, you know, what are the limits to unconditional love, especially in the dating process? Because if you're married, you know what I'm saying, it's a different type of commitment that you make to someone. But if you're dating?
But dating is like practice, and that's what people don't understand. Even if you know that that's not somebody who you will have a future with, especially as a man, the person who you're dating at that moment in time is preparing you for that woman who you will be with. So
that's we're not trying to be contradicting when we said that, because we did say, well, you have to ask people what is the end goal, but you should still be seeing other people, like talking to other, and just keep it real. Because
that's the biggest thing, is just being honest.
Yeah, because then a lot of people get to lying, like, yeah, you're the only person I talk to. I know.
But Ikea, I'll tell you this. Sometimes, and I gotta be real, sometimes guys gotta understand, be careful what you wish for. Because some guys, they'll be like, I don't want to be exclusive because he's trying to do his own thing. But then when the block start getting hot, it's like, dang. But then it's too late. Because now
Facts.
it's
They
all
like
these
feeling some
parties
type of way.
involved.
The block is hot.
Nah, like for real, like
Now
all
you
these
sick.
parties get involved, and then your business get out, their business get out, and then y'all may not be able to even try to get exclusive because both of y'all have now been hurt. So now you opened up a whole can of worms because you were afraid of commitment. And I think that we get afraid of commitment without even realizing it's really not that hard. Because there's really nothing out here.
So tying back to that.
Just being real.
Caleb said I found my one.
Like, bro, sit your butt down and go home, bro.
That's all.
And chill.
So what are the limits to how hard dating should be? Like,
It
how
should be
hard
effortless.
But life be
No,
effortless.
life
You
is
know what I'm
hard.
saying?
Yeah.
But like through
You
all,
should have a roster.
Yeah.
through, but let's say it's mutual. Let's say exclusive dating. You're dating someone exclusively.
How long?
When does it become like y'all fight too much? Y'all do all this.
Oh, I
too
see what
much?
you're saying. Where
Like,
it
when does
starts
it
to get
become
toxic.
too? Yeah. How can you really gauge that something's toxic? Like
That's a good
how
question.
how do you make that connection?
If you start getting drained emotionally, spiritually, and it's different if it's occasional arguments because humans argue.
Mm-hmm.
Like we was going at it with Ikea last week about episode 2. I mean humans, but
Facts.
but that's a difference because out of that's just us just messing around. But I feel like if it gets to a point of if you're in this relationship and if this person is like pushing your buttons, you're pushing theirs, y'all argue at least once a week, then y'all need to evaluate and you said it again, communication. If y'all communicated on this and said we need to work on this and stop on the arguing and y'all still keep messing up, then I think you should start taking a step back. Because, I mean, who needs to argue that much when we got all these things going on? And really, the whole point of you being with this person
is that's your safe haven.
That's your safe. So why have this person turn into another burden?
Bars.
So that's the thing. But Ikea, how do you feel about it? How you feel?
Ugly.
She's snapping. How you feel?
What is toxic?
Or, back to Josh's
What is toxic?
point.
Is that what we're asking?
Josh,
Like,
restate
okay,
the
At
question.
what point do we know it's toxic?
Even that, because since Caleb touched on that, how do you step away?
From
Once you realize that it's topic, how do you say?
Because some
away?
people won't even let you get away, especially as a woman.
Ooh,
So how do you get away safely?
I've had a few issues.
Yo, I think, bro, we might have to do a part 1 and part 2 of this, bro.
I'm looking, we got about 8 minutes left.
Yeah.
It's a good conversation.
Yeah.
I don't want to do another part 1 and part 2 though.
All right,
No
so
cap.
hey, maximize these 8 minutes.
She ready to get this outfit changed.
Yeah.
I saw that.
No,
Let's go.
can we do an hour of this episode?
All right.
An
That was
hour?
right.
Yeah.
You want to do an hour of this one?
Yeah.
How you feel, Brandon? No? Good? Nah, 45 minutes.
Let's wrap this one up.
Yeah,
Let's
8
wrap
minutes.
this one up.
It was good. What about
How do you step away safe?
What about 50 minutes? Okay.
All right.
So, how do you
That
step
kid is like a bad little kid. How do you step away safely, bro?
I don't know how to answer that question because I have a few people that's still holding on.
Slight flex.
I think you just, and I hate to do this because I'm the blocking queen, but sometimes you just have to cut off all communication when you feel like it's becoming toxic. Because once you feel like you losing sleep and you stressed
It ain't
out,
worth it.
it's not worth it
Ain't
anymore.
worth it.
And you like you say, you have to take a step back. But I know, like, sometimes you just have to cut off communication. Like, we can't talk, we cannot see each other. Because then, when you do, it might be sex. Or it might be, oh, let's have this conversation.
And that's going to complicate things.
And how many times are we going to have the same conversation?
Yeah.
If it's not being fixed.
Yeah.
So, it's like, I'm just going to have to cut all ties off. But there's definitely a lot of toxic situationships out there.
That's crazy. I mean, situationships within itself is dumb if you really think about it. Because I want relationships pros, but I don't want the commitment of it. But then when I find out that you're doing this, I'm mad. But then there's still no title on it anyway, so why are you even mad?
And even the communication in a situationship.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, let's just say, like, you can, finesse it so that everyone involved is happy. You know what I'm saying? As long as the terms and agreements are all,
Like we got contracts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As long as that is the agreement
Yeah.
that's been made. But a lot of times these things just happen. And people are just like, well, I mean, this is kind of what I'm doing.
We don't take
now.
our time, bro.
Like, just talk about it. Like,
It's a communication.
yeah. Talking
That's
is
what it
hard,
keeps coming
though.
back to.
That's one thing I will
Talking
say.
is
I always say
very
just
hard.
talk about it. It's not really as simple as just talk about
Mhm.
it. Talking can be really hard. So I don't want to shit on anybody who finds it hard
The
to
thing-
talk. You know what I'm saying?
I find it hard to talk because I have to really be willing to have a conversation.
Yeah, and listen, like
listen. Yeah,
2 ears, 1 mouth.
Because
bro.
I might go and I'm just snapping. Oh well. So.
But then when he got something to say, she don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear it.
Right.
So,
yeah. She don't talk, bro. Straight fighter.
So you have to know, like, we're going into this to have a conversation. We both need to hear each other. If you don't want to hear each other, then it's a waste of time.
Listening then, and I feel like that's another component that's always overlooked, is that both parties don't even listen sometimes.
You know what it is though?
What's up?
Have a problem with being vulnerable.
That's
human beings.
It's the same stuff that we were talking about earlier.
Some people are easier at doing it because they're more emotional, or they can do it, like it doesn't bother them. But then some people just even letting that guard down enough to talk about whatever the situation is, because it's hard to talk about something that's bothering you because you don't know how to convey it.
Yeah, especially because like you be like, this is fucking with me, but I don't want my expression of this to fuck with you.
Exactly.
Like you don't want to ruin someone else's vibe because you're trying to get something off your chest. Like you just trying to find your peace without fucking up someone else's.
You want to get your own peace.
And then it's like, when is the right time to even bring this up? Because if y'all are having fun on a date, it's like, I don't want to bring it up now, and then before you know it, it turns into like a whole month. It's like, bro, so it's already gonna be old, but I still got to get this off my chest.
I'm good for that. Like, I won't.
That's what I'm saying. And then that's how resentment builds up, anger, all that stuff, and then your partner doesn't even know where all this is.
It comes out of nowhere.
You feel me?
It's like, dang, why didn't you just say it at the time? Like, why did you have
communication?
To wait?
But I think we gotta open up spaces within that relationship, that dynamic of, if you want to talk about something, let's just nip it in the bud like right now. Because I remember, especially with me and Sid, when we first got back together, I remember that was like one of our first conversations is, if you ever feel some type of way, just say it now. Because if you don't say it now, hey, she got me right. But if you just don't say it now, it's just going to build up over time. And then it's going to turn into a big argument. And then you're going to have an ego. She's going to have an ego.
Pride.
Ooh. And then pride. That's another thing. Drop the pride, because at the end of the day, what people don't realize is, and I had to find this out through life, bro, you can be alone, bro. You will end up alone if your pride is all the way up here, because it's not going to get you anywhere. And then here's the thing, who wins? Who wins? Yeah. It's real. Like, who wins? Yeah.
Pride issues.
It's a real thing, because here's the thing. Yeah, you can say, oh, I won the argument, yada, yada, yada. But then once all the dust settles, when everything gets laid back and relaxed, I'm tripping.
Yeah, I'm tweaking.
And was it really that serious? Was it worth it?
It's overthinking. Sometimes we're in our heads.
Too much.
That's why I wanna bring this all like together in dating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think how you just mentioned how everyone has all this baggage that they come into the dating process with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think that I think we agreed on communication.
You got to be vulnerable.
Being vulnerable.
Yep.
You know, just being responsible. I think
that's another one that people don't talk about.
Takeaways for just like dating.
What?
Being responsible. Sometimes.
Maybe we do need a part 2. But not this week.
Yeah, next week. We got y'all.
Yeah.
But being responsible is a big thing. Because I feel like sometimes you can get involved, and that's how baby mamas pop up, baby daddies. Because that person wasn't even intended for a relationship.
We gonna wrap this.
That's going to be for part 2, though. We got you. That's going to be for part 2. Hey, appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, keep tuning in, liking, commenting, subscribing. Ikea Hive is real. Josh got a fan club too.
Josh has the
I've
more
yet
fan
to see
club
it.
than
I've
I
yet to
do.
see it.
They popping.
His fan club.
It's coming. It's coming, bro.
I don't have a fan club.
Bro, she was in my group chat, bro. She was
go,
in my group chat. I'm like,
3 Millie's page right now and see who we reposted.
Ikea Hive.
Story.
Ikea Hive.
They're
she
talking
here?
About Ikea.
She here? Hey, Josh, I got my friends asking, bro, who is old girl? Yeah.
So we're actually going to change the name to the Ikea Show, and that will be the name starting now.
Ikea and the Pips.
And the Pips?
Yeah,
I don't want to be the Pip.
We're going to show up in tuxedos. We're going to be dancing in the back.
Talking about dating, though, real quick, to close it together, I think people should also have a time of being single.
You need time to yourself.
And this is the year that I'm single, so don't shoot your shot. Don't slide in my DMs.
Yeah.
Yo, we need the gunshots.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
No shots.
Because that's fire. That was a fire.
I need a year to myself. I had a lot of situations last year.
And it's time to get this bag this year, bro. We about to take off.
I mean,
stay out of all of our DMs.
Yeah, we ain't got time.
Out of my fucking DM,
we ain't got time. Leave Josh alone.
Stay out of my fucking DM,
people asking Josh for jobs. Leave Josh alone. He ain't gonna put you on. Leave him alone.
Thank
Fall
you
back.
so much for tuning in.
Yeah.
I hope that y'all enjoyed this conversation.
Yes.
Come back.
Part 1 went dumb.
So 3 million one more time for you.
Hey, we out here. Much love.